Myself, Sanjeev Kumar Boshetti, science teacher, Government High School, Kusugal, Hubballi. Today I am going to deal with science, how to prepare for the examinations. Today we are going to learn about how to prepare for the examinations in science. So I have added with a quote, fusion without confusion. What we have to do is, we have to go on, collect everybody's ideas, views and fuse it so as to avoid the confusions and let us achieve the goal. So now, the first one is to manage the time. Take care of the seconds and hours will take care of themselves. What does it mean? When I waste the time, if it is a 1 second or 2 seconds or 1 minute or 2 minutes, I tell you, in our life, you won't get back. Because 1 hour, 1 day, we are going to be elder tomorrow. I mean to say, like, we are nearing our death. And if we waste the time doing nothing, obviously it will be a big burden, big loss for us. So that you have to maintain the time. The next one is, you have to manage the stress. So many times people will tell, avoid stress, avoid stress. Avoiding stress doesn't mean like managing the stress. How to manage the stress? There are so many pressures on the body. Like they may be physical or mental or psychological or social or economical. Many pressures will be there, many forces will be there. And we have to consider them as a stress. It means that I have to develop such an attitude wherein positive stress to get more strength. I mean to say, like whatever the stress it is there, like examination, board exam, no copy, nothing. There will be so many people, only 12 people, different school students will be there. Different methods, different things will be there. What to do is, you have to take it positively. Think that when you study hard, definitely you are going to face the exam very freely. Avoid that all the kinds of the stresses, right? Then one is very important thing, that is self-confidence. When your self-confidence is high, definitely your esteemed goal will be achieved. What I mean to say is, higher will be the self-confidence, better will be the result. Look into this boy, how nicely smiling he is, opening his both the hands. He is aiming to touch the sky. So it means that when I am having confidence, how you are going to get confidence? You are going to get confidence by reading, writing, understanding and moreover applying that knowledge to the day-to-day different works, day-to-day situations. Then only you are called as educated or else you will be simply literated. So self-confidence is very important in one's life. To achieve whatever the esteemed goal, you have to have self-confidence. Then I will suggest you to have your own timetable, because I knows what are my family conditions, I knows what are my timelines, I know what are my boundings or bindings. And then it is not the school or the teacher or my parents or somebody, my friends etc. will decide my timetable. It is only me, I have to plan my time, because I should know what is my timeline, what are my schedules. I can plan whether I have to get up early in the morning, 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock, or else I can go for studies in the late night like 11, 11:30, 12 o'clock. It doesn't matter that whether you study by getting up early in the morning or late in the evening. Not at all a matter. But whatever you study, you have to plan it accordingly. This, because there are 6 subjects equally important. If you are failure in one subject, you are failure forever. That's why you have to plan your own timetable. This is my best suggestion. Always you must focus your mind on the basic concepts. If it is science, I tell you the basic concepts like whether it is physics or chemistry or biology. If you take it for example in chemistry, there are reactions, basic concepts are valencies, balancing the equations. You have to understand what are the different radicals. You have to understand how do they take part in the chemical reaction, whether it is a addition or substitution or combination or displacement, whatever it is, like that. So the concepts, focus on esteemed goal will definitely bring you mastery over the subject. The concepts should be clarified. When you get cleared your concepts, definitely however may be the twisted question, you are very easily going to answer that questions. Then You have to be very specific. You know, I tell you, so many times the science cannot be like history, or science cannot be writing an essay. If you are asked to write an essay on, if you become the Prime Minister of India, you can write whatever you want. That is essay, wherein you can plan your own ideas, whether you are going to do them or not do. But in science it is not like that. Definitely science speaks about the truthfulness and experimentally proved things. It means that whenever it is the truthfulness, the word comes to truth, fact, accuracy, then definitely it is none other than science. So see here, a girl talking to her professor and finding out the answer to a particular question. If you are specific in reading, in writing, in practicing, discussion, they are going to gain you more knowledge. You have to be very specific while answering, while reading, while discussion, while talking to anybody else, whatever it is. If you are not specific, definitely you are going to lose your marks. Then, this is very important. On and often, many students will come to me and ask, sir, this is important, that is important. Sir, which chapter I have to learn, which chapter I have to blow off? I tell you, it is SSLC. You are learning, you are attending secondary school leaving certificate examination, board examination. There is no prediction, friends. Predicting like, this will come, this will come, this will not come. Not like that. I will never advise anybody to predict anything else. Learn every bit of a matter without blowing off anything away, because each and every sentence is going to bring you a mark. I tell you, do not blow off any of the subject, any of the matter, any of the concepts, whatever it is. Please do not go for prediction. You can predict the questions, frame the answer, learn it, but don't think that, don't predict negative like it won't come. It will be not there in the exam. It is not important like. So always please avoid prediction of which will come or which will not come like that. This is a very best method of understanding science. It's called as make a best mind map. I should go for mind map. Each chapter must be outlined with a proper individual mind map. My mind map is different, my friend's mind map is different. Because mind map indicates that in a tree, how the branches are there, like that in that chapter. If you take for example control and coordination in biology, their mind map, it goes like this. What is that? Is a central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, autonomous nervous system, functions of brain, functions of spinal cord, functions of medulla oblongata, functions of endocrine glands, functions of the different plant hormones also, as we are learning in the animal hormones. It is the mind map, simple mind map of what is it is called as control and coordination in biology. Like that, in that you are going to reach up to micro level. Micro level means what? If you take for example the pituitary gland. What is the secretion of the pituitary gland called as? What are its target glands? What do they produce? How are they going to affect the physiology of a body? Like that you have to go to the micro level. Then only you can achieve something. That's why I tell you, you have to make a mind map of not only one chapter of entire science, 16 branches, and in each branch what are we going to learn, and that will definitely give you clear-cut idea about the entire syllabus of the science. Now, see, don't be scared delving into such a big books. See, they are all references which are very much needed for you and me. Like structure, long answer. There are some questions which will require long answer, right? So how to structure the answer? That structuring answer is very important. If it is what are isomers, give examples. Simple general questions. You know that. Then you have to plan the answer. How to, you have to structure the answer. What are the things to be brought in? What are not to be brought in? Like there will be a question like explain the working of AC dynamo. See that. Explain the working of AC dynamo. You should start with what is dynamo, what is AC dynamo, what are its parts, how does it operate. That is how you have to structure. First only you have to be prepared. Structure your answer in such a way that you are going to be very easily remembering the answer. Then this is self-examination. Self-examination, it means that to know what are the areas wherein I have to just go for it and I have to recover it. I have to understand what are the things I have to yet understand, yet learn, yet to study, yet to talk to my friends or teacher, get help from anybody, and that is how it is self-examination. Fix the time and go for self-exam. Ask yourself questions, analyze, synthesize and execute. See there, what I mean to say is self-examination will make me to understand where I stand. That's why it is very, very important. Then we'll go to the next one. Follow up some best practices. In science, friends, I tell you, other than this, there won't be anything else. This is very important. The best practices, and in between here and there, you have to go for a rest of 5 minutes. Some yoga, dhyana, and all that you can practice. The first one is graphs. I have to understand graphs, whether it is a bar chart or pie chart or frequency polygon, whatever it is. I have to make the graph line. Not only to a particular subject or a chapter, like you can have the graph for everything. Then flow chart. Flow charts are very important. Like for example, a chain we call as food chain. One food chain. Food chain in terrestrial ecosystem is different. In aquatic ecosystem is different. In marine ecosystem is different. It is different for different habitats. Similarly, keynotes. Very important, because there are so many concepts in the textbook that are not explained in the textbook. Teacher while teaching will be giving you ideas. That keynotes you have to make, you have to write up. That is going to be helpful in structuring the answer for the long questions. Definitions. You have to write up all the definitions. And formulae. Make one list of the formula and stick on where you will sleep. You will get up every time where you go in and out. That time you can see it and you can learn it. Experiment. There are plenty of experiments in biology also, in chemistry also, in physics also, that you have to practice. And then diagrams. There are some about 31 diagrams which are mentioned by the board that are going to be likely to be there in the examination. You have to practice those diagrams. Then numericals. I must tell you, if you are intelligent enough, if you love mathematics, if you love science, definitely you have to learn how to solve problems. That is mathematics, numericals. And then yoga, to keep yourself calm, cool and more broad-minded, and your concentration power will be enhanced by doing yoga and minor exercises. That's why I tell these are very important things. Now this is another thing that is called a discussion with your friends to fix the errors. So many times I cannot see my back. Many people will be telling. So I have to discuss with my friends with each and every concept. Then my friends may guide me. This is right, this is wrong, this is nice. They may appreciate also. So that's why discuss with the experts, not only friends, with the experts, friends, and evaluate to fix errors to get rid of the mistakes. Errors will be there, unknowingly or knowingly. That can be overcome by discussing with the friends or the experts. This is very important. Prioritize our studies. Priorities. What is this priority? Priorities means, as a student, my first priority is this, that whatever the simple chapters are there, whatever the little bit tough or complex or big chapters are there, I will classify them. Next is, first priority I am going to give it to the larger one, because I have to spend more time there. That is how I am going to select. Priorities means what? Like if your mummy comes, mother comes, if your relative comes, if your friend comes, then whom are you giving more or preference or first priority? Your mother. Like that, who is important? Like what is important in science? What is important in this syllabus, whether physics or chemistry or biology, in which only which chapter is going to be little bit you feel like you have to sweat more. That has to be given more importance. That's why I say priorities are very important. Go from simple to complicated chapters. Smaller ones first and longer ones later, because smaller you can cover it very easily. Lengthy chapters must be given more priority than the others, because they are going to fetch you good number of marks. That is very important thing. Then this is the heart and soul of this entire whatever the lecture I am giving you. That is SWOT analysis. What does it mean? What does it mean? See, list your strengths. This is the first thing. What are my strengths? My strengths are in physics, chemistry, biology. I am good in chemistry because I know periodic table. I know valencies. I can understand what are acids, what are bases, what are salts. I can understand what are metals, what are non-metals and all. what are the different reactions, how do they form different compounds and all. I love that. That is, chemistry is very colorful. I love that. Is what is my strength. What is my weakness? Weakness is like I am very much poor in drawing the figures, whether it is in biology or physics or chemistry, whatever it is. That is my drawback. See, my strength means this is, I can write very long answers very easily, I can speak out, but what are the drawbacks? The next one is, that is weaknesses. If you come to the part of weaknesses, what are the weaknesses? Like definitions I cannot by heart, I avoid by hearting, right? I am very difficult, I feel it difficult to solve the problems. Numericals I feel it difficult because I am unable to recall the what you call the formula of the different situations, different equations and all. And then opportunities. If I have listed what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, I have to go for the opportunity. Why these opportunities, I tell you. See, to make these weaknesses into my strengths, I have to convert these weaknesses into my strengths. Why I have to convert into strength? Because I want to jump, I want to enjoy, I want to live very happily like these people, see that. So I have to convert weaknesses into strengths, means I have to go for these opportunities. I have got good friends, I have got magazines, I have got tutors, tutorials, I have got experts, right? I have got radio lessons, I have got video lessons, audio lessons, YouTube, here and there. So many opportunities are there, out of which there are some of them are challenges, because I am very poor, I cannot have internet, right? In my home there is no TV, right? My house is so far, I cannot go to any expert's house. These are the challenges. Then how to make these challenges into opportunities is, like at least once in a week you can go and meet the experts. At least once in a week you can go to your friend, wherein you can you can access your internet and all. That is how, see, these are the four things. That is, what are my strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and challenges. Definitely your science is going to be fruitful. If you analyze this, your science is going to be very fruitful. Then we'll go on to the basic of this entire 80 marks question paper, right? 20 marks will be your formative assessment marks, that will be based on your projects and all, and UT. This 80 marks are constituted by physics 28, already we have discussed about that, chemistry 25 and biology 27 marks. Number of questions will be 42 in total, whereas multiple choice questions will be 10, very short answer will be 7, short answer will be 16, long answer will be 5, and long answer 2 will be 3, and the math the following will be 1, which carries 4 marks, and altogether is going to be 80 marks. Now 80 marks you are going to answer in 3 hours. I need to plan how to distribute time also. In the sense, for multiple choice how much time, for very short answer, long answer 1, 2, how to distribute 3 hours. In that 3 hours, preferably I will ask you to donate or devote at least 10 minutes to read the question paper. Because so many times we read questions, we understand questions in a different way, and you answer and you commit mistakes. To avoid that, take a pencil in your hand, read the question paper, questions clearly, and the questions which you can answer completely 100%, just mark them. Then go for 50-50, then go for thinking like which are under confusion. You keep them last, right? So that is how you have to plan. Then only you can solve the question paper very easily and very happily and very successfully. Then this is very important thing, that your question paper is framed on these objectives. These objectives are there. When a teacher goes into the class, he will be taking up a chapter. In that chapter there are these aspects, like knowledge aspect is there, comprehension or understanding is there, applications are there, analysis are there, synthesis are there, and evaluation aspects. So when I teach, it is as good as I am going to keep money amount in the bank. Teacher are imparting knowledge to you people in the form of knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation into the bank. Then what happens is, examinations means like ATM card. We are going to put ATM and take out money, no? Like that, examinations, the questions will be there, that questions will be asking you to omit whatever the answer, whatever things which is been deposited in you people. Like, so that's why you please go through this, they are very important. Verbal, I mean to say the words, behavioral terms, where in the question paper will definitely frame down, you are going to get. That may be identifying, defining, recognizing, recalling. In knowledge aspect, explain, interpret, describe, compare, distinguish, differentiate, summarize in comprehension, solve, illustrate, calculate, right, relate, apply, modify, here in the application. And then in analysis we come across analyzing, organizing, deducing, contrasting, comparing, discussing, plan, justify. In synthesis, designing, hypothesis, right, and some situations are given and you have to frame the hypothesis, like there what is it is synthesis, and then reporting also is there, whereas evaluation you come across this estimation, judging, defending and criticizing. Some of the things which are to be criticized, that is how you can make it out, right? So this is what is how this, based on this the question paper will be framed and we have to look into that. Now I would like to bring it to your notice that there are the some 31 pictures which are very important, very easy to solve, right? The first one in chemistry, that is electrolysis of water. You know that when electricity is passed, water is going to be hydrolyzed. There will be H2O. What is H2O? 2 parts of hydrogen and 1 part of oxygen, that is going to be dissociated, that you can learn it. It is also called as a voltameter, right? Water voltameter. Then you know, this is zinc granules. Zinc granules are there when it is treated with acid. Obviously what happens is dilute acids, metals react with dilute acids and they liberate hydrogen gas. That hydrogen gas can be tested like this. It sparks, it catches fire. Hydrogen is highly inflammable, it has got high calorific value, we all know that. This is how zinc granules react with that of the dilute acids. The next one is acid solution in water conducts electricity. We know that pure water we call it as what is it called as potable water, which cannot conduct any electricity because ionification is not done. Whereas this acid, when it is poured in water, definitely it will ionize and that ions are responsible for carrying electricity. That is how we can carry. The next one is this action of steam on the metal. Action of the steam on the metal, again there will be release of the hydrogen that you can see. This is a very simple figure that you can draw and you can get 2 marks question based on this. The next one is conductivity of a salt solution. This is simple salt, so whether it is a copper sulfate or any electrolyte can be dissolved in that, and there are electrodes. You can pass the electricity and it glows. When bulb glows, it means the circuit is completed and obviously there will be conductivity noticed. The next one is that copper is a metal which is to be extracted by ore, which is the method, and here it is refining of copper. The cathode and the anodes are there. To the anodes the copper plates, impure copper plates are connected and it is dissociated in the copper sulfate, and then obviously the copper ions, Cu2 plus ions, will deposit on the negative electrode. That is how 100% pure copper can be obtained by purification of this copper. Electrolytic refining we call it as. This is Ohm's law, friends, you know that. Here is ammeter, here is key, rheostat, whatever the resistance you can apply there. This is a voltmeter, and you can calculate the ratio V is equal to R is equal to V by I. That is what is the resistance which you can find out by this Ohm's law. Then resistors in series, you can see this R1, R2, R3. These are resistors which are connected in series, and you can find out the resistance in that. Then the resistors in parallel, like this, they are connected parallelly. By connecting series, by connecting parallelly, you can calculate whatever the efficiency of that material which is to be found out. This is another very simple experiment, that is a conductor is there, and electricity is passed through which, when you are passing the electricity, what happens is around which there will be electric field or else we call it as a magnetic field of electric current. When you pass the electricity, it is going to gain the magnetic property, and that will be noticed here in this one. Okay, this is motor. I would like to make a point that you please remember this one. This is battery. This many times we go for correction evaluation of the SLC paper. Students will be confusing what is generator, what is motor. Please remember, motor means there will be battery here. Conversion. What is the conversion? Electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy. In between this magnetic field, there is a coil over here. Coil, right? When you pass electricity, when you switch on, then it starts moving. That is called as motor. That is motor. Next one is, this is the dynamo or generator. This is ulta of that. What is this? What this mean is, here is a coil. It rotates. It rotates. By the rotation of this, it means mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. Here is galvanometer. You can see the deflections. You can see the deflections. So this is generator or dynamo. That is your motor. Okay, these are as usual the mirrors. In the mirrors there is an object here, AB object, and when an object is kept in front of the mirror, whether it is concave or convex, then what happens is you have to find out the image, formation of the image, or else it's also called as the nature of the image to be found out. Then lenses, as usual, lenses, these are all the convex lenses. In the convex lenses also, when the object is at 2F, at F, in between, beyond or near, then you can find out the image form. What is the nature of the image? I will be telling you that. You have to remember the size of the image, where is the position of the image, then whether it is a real image or virtual image, whether it is diminished or clear. These are the simple like 4 aspects that you have to mention when the nature of the image formed is asked. Okay, by using your compass and scale, pencil, you can draw it neatly. That is very important. You have to learn the drawing, how to draw this, because these distances are always particular. That distances, if you fail, you are not going to get any the image formed in a right position or in a right path. This is nature of image formed by concave lens. Concave means you know that that is bent inward, right? That is concave lens. Next. Okay, this is the direction of what I meant to say, the picture diagram of myopia. What is myopia is, you can see there here, the what is it is called as image is formed before the retina. That's why what happens is you cannot see the things. Hence they are corrected that by using a concave lens here. Concave lens. When you use the concave lens, it is diverted, then obviously you can see the formation of the image on the retina. These all the 3 pictures you have to remember. They are very important. Hypermetropia, this is formed, see there. Because of this bulging of the lens, the image is formed beyond the retina. Image is formed beyond retina, and you need to bring that, you have to use a corrective measure, that is another convex lens, and there in the retina, you see there in the retina you can find the what is that is image formed. This is white ray consists of only one color, like you can see white light, dispersion, again the differently, this is red and violet, you can get the white light. That is, white is consisting of all the 7 colors, but not all the colors which are consisting of different colors. Like this is one of the first event in the biogas plant. You see the slurry which is passed here. It is undergoing fermentation, and it is going to produce you the methane and carbon dioxide and ammonia, the gases, and they are going to be useful for the what is that called as gas, biogas. We call it as biogas, and this energy is harmless, and you are not supposed to pay anything else for this. That's very cheap and very good energy, which is pollution free. Okay, then comes important structure in the control and coordination chapter, that is brain. You see, as many as number of the foldings, so much will be your IQ. Your IQ intelligent quotient is dependent on this number of foldings. Okay, this is called as cerebrum. So called Vishweshwaraya, Einstein, their cerebrums were very broad, very big. This this because of this. This brain is divided into forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Forebrain consists of cerebrum and diencephalon, and midbrain is the hypothalamus. Yeah, and then hindbrain consists of pons and medulla oblongata and cerebellum. Right, they all will constitute to conduct all the control and coordination of the body. Then in plants, the important things are, this is photosynthesis. In the photosynthesis, it is the chloroplast picture, wherein the photosynthesis takes place in the grana, and these are the stomata. Stomata are nothing but they are the openings present in the epidermis of the leaf, wherein they are made for the gaseous exchange, for respiration purpose, even for photosynthesis purpose, and that is, it is open now and it is closed. It is open because the turgidity of the side cells. Then we will go to the next one. It is your digestive system. Digestive system consists of, that mouth, oral cavity we call rather than mouth, oral cavity is esophagus, this is stomach, liver, then it is pancreas, duodenum, jejunum and ileum, then this is ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon and rectum. They all constitute what is it called as digestive system in man. We also call it as alimentary canal also. We should remember how digestion takes place. Digestion doesn't mean larger particles of food are broken down into smaller. What is this larger and smaller? It is not mechanically, it is chemically also. Like carbohydrates, they are brought down, they are broken down to glucose. Fats, they are broken down to fatty acids. Proteins, they are broken down to amino acids. This is called as how digestion takes place. There are many enzymes which will take their role here in the oral cavity. Ptyalin is there, pepsin, renin. There are many different kinds of the enzymes that will help in the proper digestion of the food material, whatever we get. Right? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, phages, water. They are all present in the whatever the food we take, that will be digested in a particular order in this chart, in this digestive system. This is heart, dil. We call it as very wonderful organ of the body. Since 2 months to 3 months baby, until we live, it will be beating with the same rhythm. That is the wonderful construction of this, because this heart is constituted by a special muscle, they are called as cardiac muscles, which are branched muscles. They won't undergo tiredness, they won't get tired any time. So this heart has got a right part which is having deoxygenated blood, and the left part which is called as oxygenated blood, and the heart undertakes the blood circulation. We call it as double circulation, because circulation takes place in this manner: body to heart, then heart to lungs, lungs to heart, and heart to body. So it is body to heart, heart to body one, and heart to lungs and lungs to heart one. So body to heart, heart to body is called as systemic circulation, whereas heart to lungs and lungs to heart is called as pulmonary circulation. That's why we call this process as a double circulation in man. Then it is a filter, blood filtered. Blood is filtered in the kidneys. There are 2 kidneys. This system is same for both male and female. Don't get confused. There is no difference. So 2 kidneys are there. This is urinary bladder and urethra. In the kidneys, there are lacs together. These functional and structural units of kidney, we call it as nephrons. And these nephrons, you see there, the urine is formed here. Urine consists of excess of water and nitrogenous paste like urea, uric acid. Right? I heard some people drank urine. That is of no use. Which is waste, we call it as thrown out of the body. That will be of no use further to the body. No need to drink that all. This is nephron, right? Then we will move on to the respiratory system of man. There are two lungs. There is diaphragm. You can notice the structural functional units of lungs are the alveoli. In the alveoli, cellular respiration takes place. Like means it gets oxygen and gives away carbon dioxide. That oxygen is carried to the heart to the different part of the body, wherein each cell is getting oxygen, and that oxygen is used for production of energy. Right? Glucose is broken down, is oxidized. What is respiration? Is oxidation of the food. Right? It is not intake of oxygen and output of carbon dioxide. No, it is oxidation of the food, oxidation of glucose, we call it as. So that is how it is going to give us energy. Not by merely eating food you are going to get energy. After respiration only energy is going to be produced in the body. And then the another is endocrine system. It's very important. You can see a figure of lady and a man, right? There is a brain. Here is a pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is called as master of all glands. There is a thyroid here, thyroid, parathyroid. Okay. Then this is adrenal gland, and then this is pancreas, in which we come across islets of Langerhans, right? There will be insulin secreted, glucagon and insulin. Most of us are aware of diabetes mellitus, which is called as sugar, right? Most of the people suffering from that. That sugar, it's very simple thing that in the body, in the blood, if glucose stays there itself, it is because the insulin which converts this glucose into glycogen. But insulin is not secreted properly. It means that there will be the glucose which will be prevailing in the blood, and obviously we call this condition as what is it called as diabetes. And then other glands. This is neuron, cytone and axon, as usual, dendrites. Okay. Next, this is the structure of the flower, very easy to draw, right? Reproductive part of the plant body. Next, this is how germination of the pollen grains. These pollen grains enter into the ovary and they take part in the fertilization. Next, this is a reproductive system of man and woman. This you can see there is a what is it called as testes. From testes the sperms are produced. They are carried to the prostate, seminal vesicle, and through the urethra they are passed. And same way here ovaries are there. There will be each egg produced by 28 days in a month, means once in 28 days. That will be brought to the uterus. There if it meets a sperm, then it's going to be fertilized. Next, we have to concentrate upon these, friends, because give reasons in science, whether it is physics, chemistry or biology, we must be very specific in making clear why. Give reasons means I have to answer why. Then do not write imaginary part of the answer, simply it's not like that. You should not think that it may be, no, not like that. Be specific in reasoning out. Read textbook thoroughly. When you read the textbook thoroughly, then you are going to answer this. Understand the concept with process or rule or principle. That is very important, right? Rule, process or principle gives you what is the reason. So scientific answers give reasons. You have to cover this. Then match the following. Obviously match the following question carries 4 marks. There will be part A, part B. In part B there may be 7 options given. Part A 4 are there. Part B usually 5 were given. Nowadays they are giving 7. Very near to each other. When I am specific in answering, then only I can find out. In physics it may be from electricity or magnetic effect of electric current, right? Then in chemistry it may be from carbonates, compounds, metals, non-metals, or acids and bases and salts. It may be. Whereas in biology it may be from heredity and evolution or control and coordination. These chapters, there are many marks allotted, like 7 marks are there in each chapter. They may bring you match the following, any one of these chapters. Not particularly physics, chemistry, biology, whichever may be the part of the science it may. We come across the next one, the very short answer, like you must go through the textbook as many as 3 times at least. Make a list of 1 sentence question. This is very important. Maybe you can divide into your friends. 16 chapters are there, 16 friends. In 1 chapter, as many as 1 mark questions, and that is very much enough, because you can conduct a quiz competition. quiz by which you can remember. That may be useful for your fill in the blank, MCQs, odd man out, etc. also. That will be very nice to understand. Then we come across balancing chemical reactions, heart and soul of chemistry actually. You must know what is periodic table, what are the atomic numbers, because atomic number represents the number of the protons which are equal to the number of electrons. Outermost orbit, whatever the number of electrons are there, that is the valency, whether it is to gain or to lose. Right? Then we come across valencies, positive and negative radicals. You can, if you want to make it easy, you can list out positive and negative radicals and you can try to combine them. You are going to get the products and all. You can easily write the formulae for this, and by way of inspection you can balance the equations also. So this is how you can plan and you can be very successful in your examination. Wish you all the best. Thank you.